Well, it looks like Communist Obama is trying to ban more ammunition, and also according to the guidelines produced by the BATF, that this ammunition supposedly is already banned, but you have to remember that the law is interpreted by not agencies, by the Supreme Court for one, and number two, the law even that this references, which is ammo, armor-piercing ammo, is only referring to armor-piercing ammo, not regular ammo. So what they're doing is they are banning regular ammo because it's military surplus, which is not armor-piercing. It's ordinary ammo. But it's not generally used by the population that much, but the problem is the people that use this ammo, it's very cheap to use, and it is very good for target shooting because it is inexpensive because it's government surplus. But the real name of the game is, it's called totalitarianism, communism, and anybody that does not support the right for individual arms ownership is a proponent of genocide. I can't put it to you more succinctly than that, or truthfully. The communist Holocaust has actually resulted in 100 million dead, which the Jewish Holocaust is part of. But Nazism and communism have shared an ideology. And don't be fooled by Marxist Obama or possibly his successor, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton actually is extremely popular despite her escapades into, well, other women for one, but also, you know, the things where she's accepted donations while Secretary of State, and she's accepted donations from foreign governments while she was Secretary of State for a political machine, and also her role in Benghazi, which, you know, you saw Christopher Story was the sacrifice at the altar of the political freaking egomaniac power freaks, really what happens. And that's, you know, the other thing is, also we have to look at it not even from the standpoint of communism, but from the political movement called Islam. And here's the two that are actually on the forefront of that political movement in the White House. President Barack Obama and his top advisor, and has been his top advisor since before when he first got into political circles in the first place in Chicago, and who is the main focal point and the one who filters who sees Obama, Valerie Jarrett, who was born and raised in Iran and who has openly stated that she wishes to support Iran. In other words, she's basically somebody, you know, people are always criticizing somebody who's Jewish in Israel. Hey, we got somebody in the White House that's openly siding with a foreign government called Iran and a foreign ideology which vows to destroy everybody who is not part of their ideology, but in which is called Islam. Both of these are radical, fundamentalist, Islamic reactionaries that are looking to disarm the population of the United States of America. And they do it piecemeal because they can't get it done all the way. And, you know, people will sit back and they'll say, oh, nothing's going to happen. But, you know, that's exactly what happened in the Soviet Union in 1917. Oh, there were so many freaking armed veterans from foreign wars. They thought, oh, the communists promised they're not going to touch them. They're only going to go after these other people first. And that's exactly what they did. And they felt safe and secure until the time came for them. And that's exactly what Obama's doing. And this one, Hillary Clinton, I think she's going to be our next president, whether you want to puke or not about that. This does make me want to puke. I think she's a decrepit old hag. It's as her husband said, she ate more pussy than I ever did, which is saying quite a bit about, you know, when Bill Clinton says that, you know, allegedly, allegedly, you know. Hey, but you know, the thing is, you know, who's our girlfriend? As far as we know, another Muslim reactionary, somebody tied to the Muslim Brotherhood. And she'll be one of the ones on the forefront, in which she's already shown that she's on the forefront for disarming America. Also pushing for, actually before Obamacare, there was Hillary Care. She was one of the first ones pushing for the government-mandated health care. It's a matter of total control. It's not a matter of we're out here I'm from the government, I'm here to help. It's a matter of total control. But there's actually a petition on the White House. So not that it's going to do any good, but it sure doesn't take much effort to sign a petition if you're against this. Dianne Feinstein, another one of the ones that's the main architects of destroying the fine state of California. It's like her anti-gunning ways are leading to a totalitarian communist type, or whether you want to call it communist or not, a totalitarian regime that will commit genocide against millions. And this is what's always happened. It's just a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb. That's exactly what happens. All the cute talk in the world doesn't get you nowhere. All the cute talk in the world, and that's, it's always been, oh yeah, I got all the ideology on my side, but inside of me, all inside of this person that's the cute talking face, they're evil as all hell. And I'm going to tell you right now that Hillary Clinton can care less that if America burns, as long as she's got the power. She's a female Nero. That's basically what it's going to come down to. And maybe it'll be Claudius that'll be named emperor, who's hiding behind the curtains after Nero. It'll be named emperor by the military. Because, what'll happen? After a period of time, the direct deposit just isn't going to cut it. The funds aren't going to cut it. We're not going to give a damn because people on the top may turn our stomachs so much that we may revolt against them. And I'm talking about we, the military. Even though I'm not in the military, I consider myself military still. But I'm going to tell you this. This guy is not going to save you. I got all these crackpots on here talking. They give me a line from freaking the Bible or something else. And yeah, I know you're already getting mad at me, but I'm going to tell you, this guy is not going to save you. Most of you people, you hide behind this. You're hypocrites to the max. You're all cute talk. You're not doers, you're sayers. You say you believe. You believe, you believe. Oh. So that means you have to do nothing, right? Now, I'm going to tell you this. The only ones that actually will be saved are the doers. The doers. Because talk is cheap. You got to fight this all the way. And the only way this book is going to save you is if you use it possibly as a ballistic shield. That's the only thing that's going to work. I'm going to tell you, your number one safety is this. A modified AR-15 Grendel. Grendel rounds with the 6.5, not that measly 5.56. The Grendel. It shoots longer, shoots straighter, shoots harder, has a heavier weight projectile, and it hardly takes any more room than those 5.56 rounds. That is exactly what you want. This is your savior right here. Not your Bible, not your Jesus, not your freaking imaginary guy in the sky. It's this, and the ability to use it especially. So, first off, I just want to present to you real quickly, though. This is the actual petition. It's not going to, he's going to have to answer it if it gets up to 100,000. It's getting pretty close to it. Stop the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms from banning, which is actually SS-109 is what I know it as. It's a type of NATO cartridge. It's a standard military cartridge. It's not armor piercing. And you also have to remember, the law that said armor-piercing ammo is to be banned was actually the Gun Control Act of 1968. And I'm going to give you a little history on this deal with the Gun Control Act of 1968. It was actually passed mainly on the heels of two big assassinations. John F. K., Kennedy, President Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. Those two assassinations were the things that gave the impetus to pass the Gun Control Act of 1968. And I'm going to tell you this, any rational person knows now, because the truth is mighty, that those two assassinations were not carried out by lone gunmen, kooks with a gun, that they were coordinated efforts by the powers that be to eliminate voices for the type of true government and reform that we should have had in the nation, and it was squashed. There weren't assassinations by lone gunmen, as the major media likes to push, and actually anybody now pretty much realizes that both John F. Kennedy, President, and Martin Luther King Jr., Civil Rights Leader, were not killed in manners that, or by the circumstances that the major media likes to push. They were actually killed by the conspiracy, if you want to put it that way, to stop social reform, to stop the people. You know, John F. Kennedy was going to pull the plug on what? The Vietnam War? Also pull the plug on the Federal Reserve. The powers that be did not like Martin Luther King Jr. They said he was a rabble rouser. They wanted him out of the way. So when the powers that be killed them, they used that as an excuse to disarm the population with the Gun Control Act of 1968. Now, this Gun Control Act of 1968 does not include regular ammo. It only includes armor-piercing ammo. So actually, the BATF is on the wrong side of the law with this anyway. But you know what? That Gun Control Act of 1968 is on the wrong side of the law with the Constitution of the United States. And you know what? Even if the Constitution of the United States did not exist, it doesn't matter. It's called natural law. People have the right to defend themselves. That's the way it goes. And this is what you need. You know, the people that hide behind this, they're never going to help you. The people that say they believe, they're never going to do nothing. They're never going to help you. The most they'll ever do is talk. You actually got to fight them. And you know what? We got some of the worst leaders coming up that you could possibly imagine. People thought Obama's bad. And you know, I know the people that still think Obama's good, you're beyond hope. Because actually in the beginning, there was more support for him, and he's gotten unpopular recently. But if you're still for Obama and you're still a diehard Obama supporter, forget it. You know, just go away. Go find yourself another country to live in, and I don't give a damn what happens to you. You know? But the thing is, for the most part, most people now, they've actually gotten to the point where they figured out what Obama's about and what he's really what he is. But the thing is, he's going to be nothing compared to what's even coming up. So the time is, don't sit on your ass. Just start fighting this bullshit, because you got to at least pick up the pen. At least pick up the pen and voice your opinion to these bullshit clowns over in Washington, D.C. that are trampling your rights every freaking day. But you know what it's going to come down to? They're going to do a lot more than that. It's going to be a matter of they're hell-bent on total control, and they don't give a damn how they get it. And you know, you already seen what the elite have voiced. The population of the globe to be 300 million or 500 million, 300 million according to Ted Turner, but 500 million per the Georgia Guidestones, in harmony with nature. Whatever they mean by harmony with nature is, right? Anyway, but you know, it's time not to sit on your ass and do nothing. So, just I'll post a link where at least where the petition is. If you disagree with this law, sign the petition at least. You know, I'd rather see not just 100,000 people sign it. I'd rather see 100 million people sign it. 100 million. Not a million, not 10 million, 100 million. I think that would freaking set the stone on its side, per se, which we say as hypothetically, as we talk about the Georgia Guidestones, that would set the stone on its side. That's the way it should be. You know, because the only way these people are going to stop is when they are stopped. period, in their tracks. And that means you're probably going to have to step on their toes or stamp on their feet.